Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to GFC Global Football Culture. And this video is part one of my tactical analysis of Manchester City's 3-1 win over Chelsea on Sunday. So in this part one video, I'll be analyzing what City did when they had possession of the ball that allowed them to have such a dominant victory over Chelsea. And before I get started, guys, if you haven't seen my Ronaldo Nazario reaction video, it's the latest one I've done. Definitely check it out. It was a lot of fun. I loved doing that video. So yeah, take a look at it. And also, if you haven't been following my Football Manager Chelsea FC save that I have going on, definitely check it out. It's lots of fun. The next episode 4, will be coming out on Wednesday. So yeah, give that a look as well. And now we're gonna get started. Okay, so coming into the game, both teams line up in a 4-3-3. So here you have Chelsea. The only big change really was Azpilicueta played right back instead of Reece James, the normal starting right back, because Reece James had a muscle issue. Apart from that, it was pretty standard what everybody would have expected. Backline of 4, midfield 3, and attacking 3, for those of you that are wondering what a 4-3-3 is. And then Man City, the away team, also lined up in a 4-3-3. But the interesting thing with them, they had a couple players out with coronavirus, so they had to make some changes to their normal lineup. For example, Zach Steffen, the American goalkeeper, he filled in for Ederson because Ederson was out with coronavirus. Also, Kyle Walker, the normal starting right back, was also out with coronavirus. So João Cancelo moved from his normal left back spot, which he's been playing this season, to right back, and then Zinchenko filled in at left back. And also Kevin De Bruyne, who normally plays as one of the number 8s, actually had to play as the striker / false 9 because Gabriel Jesus, who's been the normal starting striker this season, was out injured. One thing, going forward, instead of saying Man City every single time, I'm just going to say MC so I can move things along. So in the first 15 minutes of the game, Chelsea was actually the better team. And one of the main reasons for this was Chelsea's use of a high intense pressing system. As you can see here, Timo Werner is really high up, pressing Zach Steffen, Pulisic nice and high, Mount high, Ziyech high. So Chelsea was really trying to press MC very high up the pitch in order to try to win the ball back in advantageous positions for Chelsea. Here again, we see the intense pressing. Here, Timo Werner and Mason Mount have put a double press on Rodrigo. And what that did was it actually caused Rodrigo to make a rash back pass to Zach Steffen. Zach Steffen panicked and picked up the ball with his hand and gave Chelsea a free kick. So basically, Chelsea's intense high press caused MC to panic a lot, especially in the first 15 minutes. Well, only in the first 15 minutes, as you guys will see. Another positive of Chelsea's high intense pressing was that it enabled Hakim Ziyech to get in a lot of crosses. Hakim Ziyech here, the right winger Chelsea, using his left foot to get across into the box, looking for Christian Pulisic and Timo Werner. Hakim Ziyech is known for having a wonderful left foot. So unfortunately, though, Chelsea wasn't able to capitalize on any of his crosses. And here again, we see very early on, just 9 minutes into the game, he's putting in a cross. Here he actually tried to find Christian Pulisic, but as you can see in the picture, he also had Timo Werner as an option. So yeah, in the first 15 minutes, Chelsea was definitely the better team. Very intense pressing, creating a lot of crosses, getting a lot of crosses into the box. But then after that, rest of the game, MC was the dominant team in possession of the ball and also out of possession of the ball, especially from minute 15 to minute 45. So the last 30 minutes of the first half, they completely dominated Chelsea, and that's highlighted here in what the possession stat was. around the 24th minute of the match. Here you see MC with 80% possession and Chelsea with 20%. And then if you look at the overall stats for the match at full time too, you see MC with 18 shots to Chelsea's 9, MC 6 shots on target to Chelsea's 2, MC 55% duels 1 to Chelsea's 45. So yeah, they definitely put in a very dominant display. So with the overall possession stat, even though it has Chelsea at 55%, that's because in the second half, MC was already up 3-0 and basically allowed Chelsea to have more possession of the ball. But yeah, Chelsea basically wasn't able to do much with the ball, so it was kind of like pointless. Like they just had the ball kind of pointlessly passing, between their center backs. MC's dominance basically led to me asking the question, like, what mechanisms did they use during the match that allowed them to have such a comprehensive victory over Chelsea? So that's why in this first part of my tactical breakdown, I'm looking at what they did in possession of the ball to have a comprehensive victory. So the first mechanism that MC used in this match was that their 4-3-3, as you can see here, the back line of 4, the 3 in the midfield, and the 3 forwards would transition into a 2-3-2-3. And that's how Manchester City played when they had possession of the ball. So that 2-3-2-3 is also known as the Metodo. It's one of the early formations that was used during the development of football. So you're going to see here the transition from a 4-3-3 to a 2-3-2-3. Okay, so you guys got to see how the fullbacks Cancelo and Zinchenko move from their wide fullback positions into the midfield. Rodri steps up a little bit, and this makes a line of 3. So you have your 2 center backs, 2, and your midfield of 3. And then the 2 number 8s, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, step into more of a attacking midfield position, filling in the half spaces, and that makes another line of 2. And then you have the line of 3, where Foden and Sterling, the wingers, have gone very wide, in order to create space where some of the midfielders and also the fullbacks can run into these half spaces. So you have your 2-3-2-3, also known as the Metodo. It's also been called the W formation. So yeah, this is basically how MC played when they had possession of the ball. Here again, you see the 2-3-2-3, Metodo, WW, whatever you want to call it here, with these orange lines. So this is MC's average positions of every player. So it tells you that like when they did have possession of the ball, they actually did try to use the 2-3-2-3. And then here again, I just wanted you guys to see what it actually looked like on the field. So here you have it again, the 2 center backs, and then this is the 2 fullbacks. This is Cancelo, this is Zinchenko, this is the CDM Rodri. So that makes the first W. We can call it the defensive W. And then here you get to see the attacking W. So this is Phil Foden, nice and wide. This is Gundogan. This is De Bruyne playing in that number 9 position. This is Bernardo Silva. And then Sterling is out of the picture, but he would have been wide somewhere over here. And so here you have the attacking W. So WW. So in addition to this Metodo formation in possession of the ball, MC also used a lot of 1-touch and 2-touch passing in order to bypass Chelsea's intense press, as you're going to see in this video. 1-touch, 1-touch, 2-touch, 2-touch, 1-touch. See, the Chelsea players are doing their best to get to the ball, but they're always a split second late, And as you're doing this for 90 minutes, as time goes on in the match, you just get tired. And as you see here, all that 1-touch and 2-touch play led to MC being able to move the ball from their defensive third all the way up to the attacking third in a matter of 20 seconds. So yeah, the one touch, two touch, very slick, quick passing was one of the mechanisms that MC utilized, and it caused Chelsea a lot of problems. Another mechanism was Rodrigo, the CDM. His role in this match was very important because he basically broke up a lot of Chelsea's attacks, and then after he would win the ball, he would kickstart attacks for MC. So here we see him. He's won the ball from Mason Mount, and he makes a short pass to Zinchenko. And then here in this picture, he's playing a long ball over the top. So dictating play, starting off the kickstarting the attacks for MC. So he didn't only play short passes; he also played a bunch of long passes as well. So he was very crucial in terms of allowing MC to get into their attacking system of play. Another mechanism was Kevin De Bruyne playing as a false nine. So even though Kevin De Bruyne, KDB as he's called for short, starting position in this match was as a number 9, a lot of the times he would drop into the midfield or go wide. But here you see him, he's taking up that central position of a striker, and this was when he got off the first shot of the game for MC, and then from here it was complete and absolute dominance from them. So here we've seen him, his drop from that striker position into the midfield to receive a pass from Raheem Sterling. So he's kind of doing that movement that we always associate with the false 9, dropping from striker into the midfield. And then here's an even more extreme example of it, where he's dropped all the way into MC's midfield third, in order to play a pass to, here this is Ruben Diaz, one of MC's center backs, so he did a good job of playing that false 9 role for MC. Another mechanism MC used in this match was rotation of a number of players into that false 9 position. So as you see here in this triangle, it's De Bruyne and the two number 8s, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. Throughout the match, as you're going to see in later slides, they took turns filling in as the striker, as that number 9, especially when De Bruyne would drop deeper or go out wide, one of these guys would come and fill in this position. And also on a couple of occasions, Phil Foden would make runs from his very wide winger position and come and fill in that false 9 position. And what that actually did was it allowed Zinchenko to overlap on a number of occasions. And then on the other side, with Sterling staying very wide, it allowed João Cancelo the option to basically make underlapping runs into this half space. The way Guardiola, the coach of MC, set up his Metodo in this match was very interesting, because it shows another way of how a team can attack using the 2-3-2-3. Because normally, over the past couple of years, we've seen MC, how they attack with the 2-3-2-3 is that these two number 8s will make runs into the half space in order to make a line of 5. But in this match, that barely ever happened. They basically rotated into the striker position, and as I said, other players like Phil Foden would be the one to come in on other occasions, would be the one to come and fill in here. So the half space would basically end up being occupied by the fullbacks, especially João Cancelo. So this is a different way. Pep Guardiola showed a different way in which a team can attack in possession of the ball using the 2-3-2-3 formation. So here again you see the rotation into the striker position. In this picture here, Gundogan, one of the two number 8s I told you about, he's in this picture the number 9. And then you see where De Bruyne is. These guys in the yellow boxes are the other players that would rotate into this number 9 position. So here again, Phil Foden, De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. So between these 4 players, one of them was always in this striker position. In this picture here, Gundogan as the number 9 is able to get off a shot, low driven shot into the bottom left corner of Mendy's goal, and this was actually the first goal of the match for MC. So it shows the number 8 has come in, filled in as the number 9, and scored a goal. And then here, this is how the second goal was created. Phil Foden, one of the few times where he made this inside run between Kurt Zuma and Azpilicueta. He would make this run and become the number 9. And then in this case, what it did was it allowed De Bruyne to basically end up with the ball, taking up the space that Phil Foden had just left. And what this did a couple seconds later leads to this picture where De Bruyne is able to make a pass to Phil Foden. Phil Foden is able to finish one time with this left foot, and this made the match 2-0. So another mechanism that Pep Guardiola used in this match was having the winger stayed up out wide. I've kind of basically highlighted it, but here so you guys can see it a little clearer. Here we see Raheem Sterling, the right winger. He's nice and wide, and what this does is it causes Chelsea's left back Ben Chilwell to basically move away from his narrow position to pick him up. What that does is it creates an option where João Cancelo can actually make runs into this half space. And then on the other side, it would be the same thing when Phil Foden would stay wide. Zinchenko would sometimes have the option to make runs into this half space. And then if Phil Foden did come in here, like I've already mentioned, Zinchenko would overlap. So on other occasions, even when João Cancelo had this option, he wouldn't always take it. Sometimes he would just stay and just sit in the midfield, and what that would do is create an even larger numerical superiority for MC in the middle of the field. Another mechanism was Zach Steffen playing as a sweeper keeper. So basically, if MC had the ball in their midfield third or in the attacking third, he would come very high and sit at the edge of the box to play as a sweeper keeper. And here we just see his confidence as a goalkeeper, where Chelsea's pressing really high, but he's able to with a lot of composure make a pass to Rodrigo, and then Rodrigo is able to kickstart an attack for MC. But you can see here with the way MC play, Zach Steffen has a lot of options here to Zinchenko, here to Gundogan, here to Ruben Diaz, and also to the other center back, John Stones. So this was a great mechanism used by Pep Guardiola in this match. So with the way MC played, it also allowed them to have a lot of fluidity with the ball. And this, to me, was the moment of the game that captured it the most. So I call it the star moment. So basically what happened in this, as you can see in this picture, is MC ended up with a lot of players centrally. So that allowed Chelsea to basically also become very narrow and compact. You know, as you see here centrally, MC has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, and Chelsea has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, so in this middle part here in this picture, Chelsea has the numerical superiority. But what actually happened was John Stones, the right center back, he looked up and saw where the space was, you know, out wide, and then what he did was actually he ran into this space, which you can see in this picture here. This is John Stones, the center back, has gone from playing center back to go out wide. And this is very important because in this moment of the game, what it did was it gave MC's midfielders the opportunity to play out wide, you know, to switch the point of attack. If they had done that, what that would have done is caused either Christian Pulisic, Chelsea's left winger, or Ben Chilwell, Chelsea's left back, to go out to him, and that would have broken up this narrow line that Chelsea has in this picture. You know, it would have started creating space all over the pitch again for MC, especially in the right half space. But with John Stones taking up this position, what that meant was that the other center back was left isolated. You can't see him in this picture, but it was Ruben Diaz, so he was left alone at the top of the circle. And so this is Bernardo Silva here. A pass goes from João Cancelo to Rodrigo to Bernardo Silva, and then as you see here in the next slide, he makes a pass to Zinchenko. After he's made this pass, he glances and realizes that it's only Ruben Diaz as the only center back right now, so it's easy for Timo Werner, Chelsea's striker, to basically pick him up. So what he does, Bernardo Silva, is he takes up this spot here, and what that allows MC to do is once again create the first W in the WW, or the 2-3-2-3. You can see here 2-3. So here it's Zinchenko, Bernardo Silva, Rodrigo, Ruben Diaz, and João and João Cancelo. So this to me was the star moment of the game because it kind of highlighted everything that Johan Cruyff used to talk about in terms of total football, where all the players have enough IQ and technical ability to play a number of positions on the field. So when you have this, you have a very fluid system. You know, John Stones realized where the space was that he needed to fill in that space in order to give his team width. He did that, and so that meant that this space had to be covered. Bernardo Silva had the awareness to realize that he needed to fill in there so that MC could keep their defensive W, and then he did that. And then, as you can see in this picture, they were able to basically rotate the ball. Whereas if Bernardo Silva hadn't filled in here, Zinchenko's only option for pass would have been to directly to Ruben Diaz, and then Timo Werner, while when he was here would have been able to cut that off. You know, so it shows like how Pep Guardiola has been able to over the past 4 or 5 years grow MC into this very fluid team, even though they have a particular structure and attacking system of play using the 2-3-2-3. The players have enough IQ and technical ability to fill into different roles and positions depending on what a situation might ask for. And you know, this is one of the reasons why MC is one of the best teams in the world and really hard to beat. So with all that being said, you know, I hope you guys have liked this video. Definitely leave a comment. Tell me what's your favorite part of MC's attacking system in possession of the ball, especially in this match. Do you think MC is getting back to their brilliant best? And also tomorrow I'm going to be dropping part 2, which is looking at what MC did out of possession of their balls. I'm going to be analyzing that tomorrow. I'm going to release the video at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely give it a like if you did. Share out the video, hit the notification bell, and definitely subscribe to GFC. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.